until something needs to die off. That process.
I'm making this video.
The death card is represented by Scorpio.
Just put some of my thoughts out here.
Transformation. And argue that
I don't never talk to people about
archetype
what's on my mind and shit like that. You know, I used to do that
astrologically speaking. That
when I was younger, growing up. Talk to motherfuckers about what's on your mind. People be looking at you like, what the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck? So over the years, I just, you know, I talk to God and I keep my thoughts to myself. I talk to my children because my children are my children. We are one, me and my children. You know what I'm saying? Anything I learn, I teach my children. You know, I allow them to be open where they can have a safe space to talk to me about whatever, you know. So I talk to my children about, you know, things. But as far as the world, like people and shit like that, I keep my thoughts to myself, you know, because I done been judged so much. And then when you close to someone and you thinking about something, even if it's something that you want to do, you know, or if it's something you realize and you talk to that person, I didn't get looked at like, what, that don't, you can't do that, or what, the word, it ain't like that. So I just was like, you know what I'm saying? The more I start talking to people, the more I realize that I was in this world by my motherfucking self growing up. You know what I'm saying? When you start getting into your inner thoughts and then you put them out there around the people that you're around and they don't kind of think like you, or, you know, like, I never thought about that. If they like going against it and shit, that's how I start feeling like, oh yeah, I'm in this bitch by myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. Like, I'm a Capricorn. My birthday 12/26. I'm a Capricorn. I always thought like certain stuff, like I'm a big ass kid inside. You know what I'm saying? Big ass kid inside. So I felt like, what if my past life, you know, I died as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to grow up and have children, and you know what I'm saying? Because maybe I died as a kid. I just allow myself to think about shit like that, you know, because it's like, damn, I'm a big ass kid. I'm so fucking joyful. You know what I'm saying? So I thought about that, like, what if my past life I died as a kid, you know? And then sometimes I think, like, now that I'm such a loner in this lifetime, you know, I feel like, what if my past lifetime I put some shit together, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Capricorn, okay, so we are seagulls, you know, seagulls at the bottom, at the ocean, in the ocean, and then they must climb to the top of the mountain, you know what I'm saying? So I got connection. I allow myself to get connected with all the elements, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, earth, water, fire, air. I felt like I was always connected to the earth. You know, I always felt like, dang God, why I gotta be here in this world with all these people? They don't care about you. They don't care about the earth. You created the earth, and we got a place to be here together to live. Motherfuckers litter. People ain't, you know what I'm saying? So I always kind of connected more with the earth, and my feelings went more towards the earth, and then my attention went more towards the people. You know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of not allow hate to be in my heart and on my mind when it come to people. But when I was younger, I'm like, God, I don't like people, man. Like, these motherfuckers in this world is lazy. People ain't standing up for you. People ain't protecting the earth. You know, so thinking like that, it made me feel like, damn, God, what you got? What you got? Only a couple children on this earth, like, because most of the motherfuckers ain't fucking with God. That's how I was thinking growing up. And I mean, that's how it is. You know, but, and then I felt like maybe I was a revolutionary in one of my lives, because I'm so hardcore. Like, I'm hard and I'm stiff when it comes to certain things. I feel like we as humans, we should know what the fuck is what's right and what's wrong. We should know to peace, love, and joy, and protect our home, protect our children. But why do we have to protect? You know what I'm saying? So at some point, we fucked up somewhere. Yeah, I could have been one of them ancestors in one of my past lives where I fucked up. How did you fuck up? Maybe trusting people. You know what I'm saying? Trusting outsiders. Letting outsiders come into our home, you know, which is your state. Letting outsiders come into your state property, and you being so nice that they didn't house your shit. So sometimes I think in one of my past life, I think that's how I was. I think I was so nice and I was so peace, love, and joy. Yeah, I trust everybody because I think everybody gonna be like me. And I think motherfuckers did me. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I used to be afraid of water. So I used to feel like, damn, my past life, what if I built the motherfucking boat and then I went saving motherfuckers and I got my people with me and I'm saving other people, and then what if they all teamed up and threw me off the motherfucking boat? I used to think like that and shit too. So I had to allow myself to get comfortable with water. You know what I'm saying? And it took me till I got grown to learn how to swim. I didn't fuck with water. I used to have dreams of water. Now they call it tsunamis, but then I didn't know what they was called. But big ass waves of water, I used to be scared of water. And then I trust earth, water, fire, air now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I allow myself to think like that. What if I built a motherfucking boat for my people? And, or, you know, what if I lived on water in my past life? You know, what if I was on water? I had a boat. The motherfuckers tossed me off the boat. Who tossed you off the boat? It's supposed to be my family and then other people that I allowed to get on my boat. So I just say this lifetime because this is like where I am right now, you know what I'm saying? And certain things that go on, I allow myself to think like, why do I act like this? What if I act like this because I was acting like that in my past life? You know what I'm saying? So this life, I'm here. I spent a lot of time by myself. I spent a lot of time by myself. I was always a loner. You know what I'm saying? I got a brother, I got a sister. I was always in my room, always up at night, just looking up at the stars, looking up at the moon. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Doing stupid shit, staring in the sun, trying to see how long I could stare in the sun. You know, so I always connected with the earth. And I'm happy this lifetime that I connected more with the earth than people. You know what I'm saying? Because certain people mean me no good. You know what I'm saying? For real, when you really come to think about it. So I didn't want children when I moved here. I mean, when I started getting older, I didn't want kids. I was like, God, I ain't bringing no kids in this world. This world, the people is sad as hell in this world. I already got to protect myself, protect my mind, protect my soul and stuff, you know. So I didn't want to bring kids in this world. But I end up having kids. And God knows what's best for me. You know, I guess my life was already written before I got here. So by me having children, I feel like it opened up a certain area in my heart, a soft spot. Because if I didn't have kids, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I mean, I'm still peace, love, and joy, but I wouldn't. It's the certain energy that we have to give off and receive. You know what I'm saying? So it was good that I had children because I'm like a big ass kid. I love being around my kids, and then my protection mode is more like, okay, my children. So if I didn't have kids, I always felt like, I used to say this too when I was about 16, man, I'm gonna get me an RV or I'm gonna buy me a van. I'm driving to where some mountains at Arizona, and I'm gonna park my van and I'm gonna just chill. Like, I'm getting away from everybody. Like, that was my first dream to do, you know, like growing up. Once I reached like 15, 16, I'm like, man, I'm gonna get out the city. I'm gonna go get me a RV, or I'm gonna get me a van, and I'm gonna just drive to some mountains. I just want to get away from people, get away from everybody, and just live in peace. That was my plan. Okay. And then I end up having kids. So once I end up having kids, I'm like, fuck houses, fuck leaving my kids money, fuck cars. I felt like land was important. You know, I'm like, you know, I asked my daddy when I was younger, like, Daddy, if our house catch on fire, can we go get a tent and like put right here? And my daddy like, no, Nikki, the house is the house, the land is the land. That's two different things. So when he told me that, I think I probably was about 12, 13. No. Yeah, I was about 12 or 13. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, land is important. You know what I'm saying? I would rather buy land. That's how I was thinking. I would rather buy land than trying to buy a house. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. And then once I started having kids, I'm like, you know what? I want some land. I want some land. I'm like, I want some land. I'm gonna get my kids out the city, away from people. I'm gonna teach my kids how to love, you know. I'm like, God, I had these kids, I didn't want them, and just as much as they my kids, they go back to you. So while I'm here on earth, God, you know, I'm gonna make sure that I protect my children. I'm gonna make sure that I create a safe space in this world for them to feel comfortable, you know. So I always kept a home for me and my children, you know what I'm saying. I always tried to pick decent homes, you know, where it's decent, it's not raggedy. I'm a clean person. I like being clean, you know, and stuff like that. And yeah, and that's just how me and my children are. We always been like that. Even with my two oldest kids, when it was just us, you know, we was comfortable, we was cool, and then I end up leaving Detroit, moving to Texas. I'm like, I got to get out of Detroit because living in Detroit kept me more in my masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? Living in Detroit kept me more in my masculine energy. I used to have to ride around with my gun and shit like that, and you know, I was just like, I want to move somewhere where the sun shine every day. You know, I just, you know, so that was my thought. So at first I was going to move to Arizona. So I wanted to be by some mountains. I used to always say I wanted to just open my blinds and see nothing but mountains, you know. But unfortunately, I didn't go to Arizona. I ended up coming here. So I'm here in Texas, and I end up buying some land for me and my children. And that's what we finna do. I always had a problem with the government. As a kid, I used to ask my grandma, like, Grandma, well, why is the government changed? What is all this? Oh, they got a new law out now. We can't do this or we can't do that. And I used to be like, Grandma, where the government get their laws from? Like, where's God laws? You know, I used to ask my grandma that, you know, when I was younger, where's God laws? So in the back of my mind, I always wanted to try to find God's laws. Like, God, where are your laws? You know, not knowing that the laws was written on my heart. Because to me, if something don't sound right, I just feel like if something don't make sense and then I try to make it make sense and it don't make sense, I used to be like, nah, that shit, no. You know what I'm saying? I go against, so I be like, yeah, this shit ain't of God. That's how I always felt. So not knowing that the laws was always written on my heart, just real simple. I know what to do, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Even though God didn't tell me the laws, but when the government changing this and you got to do this or you got to have this, I'm like, the fuck? Like, who told them that they can do that? But now knowing that was part of our punishment, God's children, you know what I'm saying? That was part of our punishment, was to put the enemy over us, you know what I'm saying? And take away our rights, because apparently we must have been just giving them away or letting the outsiders in when you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't be that comfortable to where you let the outsiders in. You know, your mom and daddy leaving, they say don't let nobody in the house. You don't let no motherfucking body in the house. You know what I'm saying? Your mom and daddy pass away and they say, I left you this house. They left y'all this house. You and your brothers and sisters, y'all live there. Y'all don't, you know, sell the motherfucking house. And then now y'all separated. And then you got people living in the house that's tearing it up. Just a metaphor, you know, just example like of how God probably was looking at us. So as God's children, we fucked up somewhere. I understood that. I said, God, I see why you judging us off our hearts in the way that we think. You sitting back, you watching us, and you watching how we move and how we do shit. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I got killed too in one of my lives because I was a revolutionary. I always went against the law, but maybe I did it in the wrong way, and I got killed before my time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this time I'm here. I feel like this is my last chance. We are at the end of the Bible. We in the end of the Bible. This is the end of this book. So have y'all ever thought, what if y'all been here? There's newcomers, you know, like I feel like some of my kids is newcomers. Some of my kids, they never been here before. And then some of my kids have been here before. So in our life, we should have been trying to figure out if we are old souls, if you feel like you've been here before, if your dreams, you try to put your dreams together, if your visions and shit like that, we should have been, well, that's what I've been doing, getting in tune with myself. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to know me, get to know my thoughts and stuff like that. So I always stay distant from people. But I'm a people person. I smile, you know, I greet people. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. I got the good energy. I don't have no trouble with no different type of race. I ain't never been in no racial situation where a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I never did that before. But it's down to the nitty gritty. I just sat in this courthouse because my registration thing didn't come in the mail. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't come in the mail. This is the first time it ever happened. I'm like, damn, what I got to do before my shit expire? And I'll go to the court. So I'm like, damn, all right, fuck it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get up and go before I have to go to work. So I did. I got it. I went, and I'm in that bitch, and I'm standing in line, and I'm just looking, and I'm like, man, this some bullshit. Like, I'm a Capricorn. I hate to be controlled. I always felt like being here on earth, we should be free. We should be free, and we should feel free. But I had to live, and I had to learn, and then I had to get to a place to where I know that I'm about to be free now. You know what I'm saying? I picked jobs to where I knew these jobs, God, I ain't here to fucking work. But I'm here. I got kids. I need to keep a roof over my head. I'm going to work. So I picked jobs that I like doing. I picked hours that I like to work that made things comfortable for me. You know what I'm saying? But eventually I was like, shit, me and my kids gonna be on the land. We gonna feel free. I'm gonna teach my daughters how to plant our own fruits and vegetables. I'm gonna teach my sons how to build. You know what I'm saying? They gonna start off building little sheds and shit. You know, that's the best thing I felt like I could do for my children is while we here, you know, help them to become who they are. You know what I'm saying? Because just like my life was written, my children's life was written too. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to help my children to become whoever they are, whatever they like, whatever they want to do. And then at the same time, I put them in my vision. Y'all, we gonna be on the land. You know, my boys, we gonna build a couple tiny homes. We gonna buy some because I'm a single woman. We gonna buy some and then we gonna build some. That way my sons will know how to build. You know what I'm saying? My daughters, we gonna get out there. We gonna plant these fruits and vegetables. We gonna take care of a garden. You know, I'm from up north. I'm from Detroit. So I never, you know what I'm saying, like did anything like this, been on the garden, planting seeds and shit like that. But I wanted that life for my children. You know, once I start having them, I'm like, yeah, I gotta get out the city. You know, I want to move, you know, in the country and shit. I want to move. Desert is like, you know, I want to build my own little foundation and stuff like that. And I'm happy that I could see it happening now. You know what I'm saying? I could see it happening now. And like I always tell God, I'm living this life, but it's not just all about me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I got children, so I always wanted to, you know, get land and get my children, you know, on the land, and we are comfortable. And within the time of me doing that, I had to live in the moment too. You know, because I'm a Capricorn. I thought about this shit when I was a kid. Like, yeah, I just want to be on the land, get away from everybody. But then, you know, that wasn't God's plan for me. You know, I learned more about myself being with people. You know, like nobody really taught me nothing in this world. I learned what not to do from the shit that I seen people do. You know, you a kid and shit, you at somebody's house, you see a motherfucking woman being mean to her kids and shit, but her man come over and she babe, boo, she love her man and shit. I'd be like, yeah, if I ever had kids, I would never put nobody before my kids or love no man more than I love my kids. You know, just anything, all kind of situations. You know what I'm saying? I learned what not to do from the shit that I seen people do. So that's how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just making this video because standing in that courthouse in that long ass line. All right, I'm late for work. I'm usually here on time and shit like that. You know. So I'm like, that was a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? I really don't even care about work no more. I honestly don't. So my next goal is to get me and my kids an RV and then get them their own tiny home. Now is the time that I start working for Mother God, Father God. You know, I didn't put in enough work on working on myself. It's still every day I'm breathing, I'm still working on me. But now I'm ready to work for Mother God, Father God. I'm ready to work with the universe, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that it's a shift happening. I'm glad that we are at the end of this book, Revelation. I used to be scared. When I was a kid, I used to go straight to Revelation and read Revelation. When I say I used to be scared than a motherfucker, like, oh my God, oh my God. I used to be like, God, I hope I don't want to be here when Revelation get here. But then I used to say, but I don't want to die, God. So I used to say, you know what? I just got to stay connected to you so that you can protect me and stuff. And now I'm just sitting back and I'm watching it all fall down. I'm watching everything that I used to read in Revelation as a kid is happening now. So I'm not afraid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid. And I know that I got work to do. Life ain't been easy for me. I always told God that. I'm like, dang, God, why I gotta work so hard? Like, I really had to get out here and make shit happen for me. I never had a man that came in my life and protected me and loved me and, you know, and brought me things, made me feel safe, I never had two brains, you know, where I could lay in bed and be like, babe, I'm confused. Like, I don't know, what should I do? I never had that, you know, so I always had to think for myself. I always had to love myself. Always had to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool, you know. Growing up, I felt like once I became, maybe like in my 20-something 30s, I was like, dang, I wish I could just meet a man. God, sometimes I don't want to think. Sometimes I don't want to do nothing. I just want somebody to do it for me. And that would have kept me stuck depending on someone. You know what I'm saying? I never cared about having a man. You know what I'm saying? I told God when I was younger, I was like, okay, God, if I don't ever find love, it's okay. I just felt like maybe this lifetime it wasn't meant for me to, you know, find love. Maybe this lifetime I'm coming back to take care of things that I wasn't able to take care of in my past life. That's how I looked at shit. You know what I'm saying? So I never been the type that was out here like, I want a husband, you know. But then sometimes when you working and you paying bills, you paying rent, and then you once you pay all your bills and your rent, it'd be other stuff that you want to do. It have been times I felt like, damn, I wish I just had a man that, you know what I'm saying, that can help me, or, you know, I have said that. But then I go back to like, hey, it ain't meant. Once at the end of the day, me taking care of myself, loving myself, protecting myself, and keeping God, making God my man, God my brother, God my mother, God my sister. You know what I'm saying? All those different energies. You know what I'm saying? That's what God have been to me. And it's been me in spirit. And I love it. I love it. And it was so worth it. I tell you, it was so worth it. I think like this too. In my past life, I'm not going to say maybe I was famous, but maybe I was just known. You know, and I love people so much. I was around people so much. Everybody wanted to be around me. I wanted to be around people. And then I never got a chance to really get to know myself. You know what I'm saying? So I think like that too. I think I've been here plenty of times. What's that song? I'll be like, I used to say, man, I've been here about 11 times. I used to tell my kids, like, this is it. I tell my kids, I used to tell them, like Michael Jackson say, this is my last time coming here to earth. So that means I got to do it right. Okay? So, but, no, that's just, but the main point of me putting this video out is to say God's children, the ones that's been laying low and working on themselves and everything, just like I was standing in that courthouse, standing in line, right? A waste of time. This shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm the registration of my motherfucking vehicle. Who the fuck said I gotta have a registration, a sticker to put on my vehicle to let who know that I can drive my shit? Like, we really, it's time for us to look at shit like, if you know who you are, if you know you a child of God, you know, I didn't do research on my blood type. I know my blood type and shit. I know I got ancestors probably that was all over the earth. But right now, where I'm standing at, where I was born from, this is what I need to be standing 10 toes down and protecting. And I ain't got to protect it and get no gun. And you know what I'm saying? In this lifetime, this my gun. This my gun, and this is my gun. You know what I'm saying? So, we are the law. You know what I'm saying? We are the law. There's no law above us. That's how we should be thinking, God's children. Because I ain't speaking for everybody. I'm glad that it's a separation that's about to happen on earth. I've been waiting on this shit. I've been tired of people. I'm like, God, earth is too crowded. Earth is too crowded. A lot of people is here just wasting time. A lot of people here wasting energy. A lot of people here. And you know what? I used to say, God, I wish I could be a woman during the day taking care of my kids, and I wish I can go out and slay demons at night. I used to tell God, like, God, I wish I could work for you and just go out at night. Let me get my sword and slay demons. You know, and they children. So, you know, Batman was like, Batman was my nigga, and then Catwoman came out, and I was like, oh, shit. I said, okay. But I'm doing things differently this lifetime. I can't be more in my masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that too. Maybe in my past life, I'd be like, what if I was a man? And I was a man. I was so tough. I was so, I respect earth. I respect God. I respect the elements, but it was the people that I had a problem with. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker crossed me. I'm killing them. I'm doing them. And God like, you can't do that. You ain't even give a nigga a chance to say sorry. So I think about shit like that too. Like, maybe I was a man in one of my lives and I was so hardcore and I never got in touch with, my soft side. So this life, I have got in touch with everything. My soft side, my hard side, my embarrassed. I done been embarrassed to where shit, I'm ready to fuck a motherfucker up. This nigga done did this shit to me. I would never do this to, but all right, God, because I fuck him up, it's going to defeat the whole purpose of me being humble and me showing you that I can do things different. So this life had really been about mind controlling, which meant knowing that I got control over my mind. I tell my kids, you are the master of your ability. I'm the master of my ability. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about how we think. And this shit right here too, this phone, I keep getting thrown off track. Standing in line at that courthouse, I'm like, you know what, God? We should be standing in line trying to see what's our position, what job, what you got us to do. Because it's not that many people. What they say, what's the saying? God say, many are called, few are chosen. Yeah, God say, I called a lot of y'all. Okay? But it's not that many people that picked up the phone. You know what I'm saying? So God probably like, so since it's only a few of my children that's out here working for me, that means y'all gonna have multiple jobs. You know what I'm saying? And I told God, that's okay. Whatever, use me, God. I just gotta, make sure I know what I'm doing. I gotta make sure I'm representing God in the right way and representing myself. You know what I'm saying too? And God know I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? We are the law. Ain't no way that we should still be out here putting people above us. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to shut the system down. And the system is slowly shutting down, but we God's children gotta it's time for us to put in work. That means some of y'all that's been out here, doing research on what? Yeah, just know that when your tribe come, that's what you gonna do. You are a teacher. You know what I'm saying? I never felt like I was a teacher, teaching people and shit. I always felt like, God, I don't want to grown motherfuckers. I ain't got time for grown people. I always told God, listen, hey, Jesus, my brother, he must be from another mother. No, I'm just playing. But I tell God, I'm not like Jesus. I'm not here to save everybody. Maybe Jesus had a pip. Hey, they say God, Yahshua, because his name ain't even Jesus. So I don't even say Jesus, hey. And to hell with the people that say Jesus. I don't. Jesus, my brother. I don't pray to Jesus. Always, I pray to God, the creator. That's what I've been saying since I was younger. That's who I stuck with. My father. And just over a couple of years ago, I've been saying Mother God, Father God. I talked to my ancestors, and I talked to my angels and stuff. But Jesus, my brother, and I tell God, I'm not Jesus. I am. If that's my brother, I'm a little tougher, a little rougher. That means I'm not here to wake everybody up. I'm so focused on me and trying to make sure that I'm understanding what's going on. And, I ain't here to wake everybody up. The best thing I could do for a motherfucker is let them stay asleep. I tuck a nigga in. I give you a pillow. You want to stay asleep, stay asleep. My whole thing was the kids. I want to protect the children, The kids don't, they shouldn't have to come into a world like this and have to fight so hard to try to get protection or understand who they are. So I've always wanted to protect the children. I like children. I love children. So, I got this land for me and my children. Now, shit, I didn't put down some more money for some more land. And it's like 3 hours away from my land. So the land that I just paid off, that's like the land for me and my children. That's the start of my foundation, the beginning of my legacy. Shit, I'm a grandma. I'm an elder already. I'm a grandma. So I got the land for me and my children. And then I just put down some money on this other land that I'm finna pay off. And that's gonna be for the other children. You know what I'm saying? Because God is worth it. The kids is worth it. And God only gonna lead me to God's children. God know I ain't picking up no devil kids. God know. The energy just gonna match. So when I go, when me and my kids get in our RB, we going to protect the children. We going to pick them up. I'm bringing them back to that land that I just purchased, you know, and they're going to be able to feel free. They're going to be peaceful, you know, love. And then, hey, if I can get some people that's on the land that's been doing, that know about the planet and the stars and stuff, because I always wanted to know about the stars and the moon and the sun and stuff like that, you know. And I know that there's people out here that's been doing research on that, you know. Shit, maybe, hello, you can come be on the land, get you a tiny home, be on that land, and be a teacher on that land, you know what I'm saying, and teach the kids, you know, about the stars and the moon and stuff like that. So it's time to really put in that work. And I know that it is not that many of God's children that's going to step up and step out. Motherfuckers lazy. I knew that since a kid. Hell, I used to try to be lazy. Like, God, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to go live by a mountain and just chill. God, like, yeah, that's not what you here for. God, like, that's not what you here for, baby. You about to have to put in work. I want to find somebody that know about science, astrology and stuff, you know. Teach these children that. Me and my kids, we do it. All my kids, we are different elements. You know, my oldest daughter, she an air sign. My second daughter, she is a fire sign. My son, a water sign. I'm an earth sign. You know, we in there, but it's time to put in that real work. You know what I'm saying? And we got to do it right this time. And I'm finna take a break from this phone. I be on this phone so much, it has become like addiction. Hello. It has become an addiction. And anytime I feel like too much of anything is bad for the body, too much of anything is bad for the mind, I always felt like we have to balance things out. You know, in life, you got to balance things out. So if I feel like I'm eating too much, I slow down. I slow down on eating. If I feel like I'm drinking too much liquor, I'm drinking too much, I stop. Give my body rest. I eventually pick it back up, but I'm a detox from this phone. I'm going to give it a couple more days and then, yeah, I'm tired of holding this phone in my hand. I'm tired of strolling down Facebook Reels. The only time I change something is when I'm tired. When I'm tired of something, that's the only time I change something or I do something about it. I got to do some more research on laws. I got pulled over. I was speeding, but I ain't hit nobody. I didn't, well, what if we are the law? God's children. We are the law. What if we supposed to be guarding our America? You know, motherfuckers, we still filling out applications. We still, hello. We still standing in line to get our vehicles registered. All these years we've been living, God already know who God can use as what positions God finna put people in. And it's going down. It's going down in a major way. But this is the best way that it has ever went down in history. Because back in, you know, past life, we was under our punishment. So no matter what you did, you failed and then you died. You know what I'm saying? So now we are at the end of the book, Revelation. I'm ready for this new book. The question is, are you in the book of life? You know, the new book. Did you make it to the new book? Because we at the end of Revelation. Hey, this right here, once, look, we down here. Do y'all understand how serious this is? We done went through this. We done went through this plenty of lifetimes, over and over and over. We here. Once this close, the new book will be nothing like that book. You know what I'm saying? The new book will be nothing like that book. And I'm ready to just be on the land and be peaceful, loving, joyful. I'm ready for a lot of people to go. I don't give a fuck what happened to motherfuckers. Motherfuckers, hey, they gonna vanish, they gonna fade away. A lot of people gonna die because Mother Earth is alive. Y'all thought, what, Mother Earth don't know what's going on? Yeah, Mother Earth know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't been protecting her and, you know, hey, you out of there too. And I don't care who you are. God, no, I don't care. I just feel like if I had to put in work, everybody else had to put in work. I know I made sure my children know. My children know. Now, your kids grow up, you lose some, and you keep some. Some of your kids grow up, they go out into the world. They still might, you know, live off of what you taught them. You know what I'm saying? So even at the end, my vision for me and all my children to be on the land, it may not end up like that. It may just be me and some of my children. But whoever is with me, that's all that I'm going to focus on. So God don't have to worry about me looking back. I never look back. I don't backtrack. I don't even like ratting around the corner. No, I'm dead serious. I always looked at life like that. Like, what is the point of backtracking? You know, if you friends with somebody and that person fuck over you and you stop being friends with that person, it's okay. Like, if y'all apologize to each other, and then that's cool. But don't never go back to, I don't go back. You know, maybe it's the Capricorn in me. I move forward in life. You know, I move forward in life and I don't look back. If you're looking back, then that means it's something back there that you want. It's something back there, then that's when God probably like, get your ass back there. You look back, then you're going to be back there. Your energy going to keep you back there. So I've always looked forward, but now I'm really looking forward to what's coming, and I'm ready to play my position. Even if I have, if I got 5 of them. God know God can trust me. If I got 5 positions. Hello. Long time no see.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am good.
Hello.
I got to know my office was closed, so I am.
Yeah, last time I seen you, you said you weren't going to be here for a while. We missed you. Everybody around here missed you. We was crying and stuff. Everybody was crying.
Nobody that I exist here.
Yeah.
Other than you.
Yeah, me. You my friend.
I'm your friend. How are you? How is your grandson?
My grandson, he is good. I'm fine. The kid's good. He getting big.
About your gym and everything going good?
Yep, I'm still at the gym. How you been?
It's doing fine.
That's good. Good to see you.
I hope I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be back, okay?
Okay, I'll be here. Enjoy the rest of your day. But I'm about to end this. Hello. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm sitting back minding my business, eating my popcorn, watching it all fall down. But while it's falling down, I'm standing up too. I'm standing up. So this video is for God's children. It's no more sitting down. You know, we are rising. We have to stand up, and God gonna put us in the positions that God know that we can handle. Well, how do God know that we can handle them? Because we've been doing that. God been sitting back watching. God like, yeah, I know I could use you for this. Oh yeah, and then I can use you for that. So it's just all about, and you know what's sad? What's sad is, like I was just saying with my children, I put that in mind growing, and once I had my kids, you know what? God, I'm going to do all I can to teach my children about you. I'm going to make sure that before I go teach someone else something, that is being done in my home, you know? So I teach my kids about peace, love, joy. I teach my kids about if you're living in the devil's energy, if this is God, baby, look at you. You're doing good. God proud of you. Oh, God don't move like that. That's the devil energy. I taught my kids, you know, what's right and what's wrong, and I still allowed them to be themselves too, you know, and stuff like that. So I didn't want to let God down by having kids and playing with their souls like this, you know. But I know that you're gonna lose some of your children, just like God. God lost a lot of his and her children. A lot of God's children went with the other side, and that's what we have to realize too. The few of God's children that's here, you know. When I say it's time to stand up, that just means it's a lot of your loved ones that you are going to lose. You know what I'm saying? And by now you should be strong enough to know, like, hey, if you not on my path, or if you not a part of my future, then you know that's just that. You know what I'm saying? Hi. So I'm strong in that area as far as knowing that I'm not gonna be with everybody. Yeah, as a kid, I was like, God, I don't never want to be away from my family. I always want to be together. But if my family thought like that too, then we would all be on land. We all would be on land together. So apparently I had to go and create my own family, you know, my own tribe. And then I'm going to protect the children. God, no, I'm not bringing no grown people back on that land unless they are a part of the tribe. And we all know we all gonna have, like, I ain't gonna say the same gifts, you know, but it's just certain people using their gifts, the main ones what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like I be like, see, Saturn, you know, is the ruler of Capricorn and stuff like that. I learned about the different planets and stuff like that, you know, but I'm not putting that information out here. So the ones that learn about that information and really enjoy putting it out here, yeah, then that's their job. That's what God gonna need you to do, to teach, you know, the children, you know, about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got to get that information back, the true information, you know, and just learning how to connect with, you know, with the elements and stuff. And I can guarantee you, I haven't even scratched just a little bit of the surface. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing when we figure out how cool we are, you know. And I'm happy that I chose God. Hey, God chose me. No, I chose God too. You know what I'm saying? But it's so easy to be in the devil energy too. You know what I'm saying? It is, because a person could do something to you and you can, you know, you be ready to fuck motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? But I had to really like, okay, so that means when somebody do something to me, especially if people moving in a way that I don't move, I don't deal with you no more. I cut people off. My mama was just telling me that the other day. She like, Nick, that's something I don't like about you. When you done with a person, you done. I'm like, well, that's what done mean, right? And I'm like, I don't just wake up and say I'm done with everybody. I treat people with love, respect. You know what I'm saying? When I come, I'm laughing. We you know. But once a person do something to me, I got feelings. I supposed to love myself, right? I have never, and I'm not gonna start putting other people before my feelings. You come in my world and you hurt my feelings, I'm done. I'm not giving you a chance to do that shit again. Because you know what? At the end of the day, let me stand up and put me in front of the world. It ain't everybody not about to stand up and say, oh yeah, it really can't nobody say she stole from me, or yeah, I let that bitch live with me and she did this and she did that. You know what I'm saying? No, I probably reciprocated some people energy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I cuss a motherfucker out. Once you cross me and shit, I cuss your ass out and I quit fucking with you. That's that. And I move on. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't here to play around, constantly letting people fuck over me and then I'm trusting them again. No, that's just, hey, I don't know if that's the Capricorn in me or that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I never went against me. Growing up, when I seen that I was a positive person, I'm about peace, love, and joy, I used to cry because why is people killing people? How is people hurting people? I used to be like, God, how am I in the world? How did I get here? You know what I'm saying? That's what I used to cry about. You know, so after a while, it's just like, yeah, I gotta separate myself from people, and that's what I've done. I separated myself, and I've got to know myself, and I stayed close to God, and it kept me from fucking a motherfucker up, you know. But I'm about to go, and I'm trying to think if I said the main thing that I made this video for. Oh yeah, I was just saying, I was standing in line and I'm watching them, and it's a lot of my color people, you know, working and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Behind the booth, they working, they calling numbers. And then there's a lot of people that was sitting in the chairs that's from, can't even speak English, from other places. So it's like, that's what we should be focused on. That's the one thing that I appreciate that the president started doing. It's separation time. That's how you gotta start. You gotta start with separating. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go back to where you from. You know what I'm saying? Go back, because we, the ones that's here, me, I'm from here, my children from here. I need this bitch too crowded. It's too crowded. You know what I'm saying? And we should be the law. We should be governing people that try to come in this. What you coming here for? If we not giving them a job, if they not coming to work on my land, you know what I'm saying? Or God's children, our land, if we not giving them a job, they should be the ones coming with papers. I shouldn't be standing in line to get my vehicle registered. It's time we got to stop driving these bitches. You know what I'm saying? For real, what we doing? Because what we doing? I'm ready to let go of everything. I am ready to be on the land with a horse and carriage. Just to lay low. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's not it gotta go. And I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? The people, if you're not you gotta go. The material things, if it's not it has to go. It has to go. And I'm not being mean. I'm not even finna move with no type of mad energy or nothing like that. It's just, hey, everybody should have had their fun doing what they was doing, you know. And now the shit is coming to an end. And that's good. I'm glad. I like separation. I like that. It's sad that you gotta separate. But yeah, when people come into your home and they got you uncomfortable and they taking over your home, and then now you on the other side, yeah, nah, fuck that. Fuck that. That just means we are weak-minded people. And I ain't weak. I ain't never been weak, you know. But a lot of people that I'm surrounded by is weak. So everybody that's going along with the system, and you know, hey, you're gonna be right with it. It's cool. I ain't mad at you. It was, you know, cool knowing you. I ran into you on earth. It was cool. But the separation comes. That's where you're gonna be at, on that side with the system. You know what I'm saying? And the other side, we gonna be, you too, living peaceful, loving, and joyful, and being free. And I'm ready. I'm gonna see if I could post this because it's been like 48 minutes. Hello. So I'm finna see if I could post this, but look at me. I'm still thinking every time I'm finna get off of here, did I say what I came here to say? I think I did. It's a lot more, but you know, I don't get a world too much of my thoughts and stuff like that. But yep. God's children, get in position. And just know that you might not have one job. You might have multiple jobs. You know, so one job may be this, and another job may be that. I got some information I need to go pull up because I did research on the hidden universal laws. So I put them out there. I think it was like 12 or 13 of them. I made a video a couple years ago breaking down the hidden universal laws. So once we know our laws, all we got to do is speak them out against they call them aliens that's not from here. What they call them? Not the original. You know, the original should know. You should know. You should know. When you standing in front of anything, or if somebody's standing in front of you, people need to be standing before us. You know what I'm saying? It's no more of us being controlled. That is over. Do y'all understand? That part is over. But it's not for everybody. Because those that like to be controlled, continue to be controlled. You just won't be standing on the side with the free. And I'm out.